Mono No Kill, this is a draft that I started last night. I'm starting on this while I wait for people to join in. This is a draft that I started last night. To join in. I'm also trying some stuff here. Can you hear the music that's playing? And how does it compare to like the sound of my regular voice? Music soft, voice loud, okay. How's this? Is this any better? This is the first time in a long time I've had music on my stream, since now they have the stuff you're allowed to stream about equal. So I should probably turn it down a little. Is that better? Okay. That probably wasn't right. I should have just played the other Rakdos Trumpeter and then activated the Cult Guild Mage, but that's alright, I don't think it matters. It did not. Evan Designs, thanks for following. This Evan from FNM that I see at the park or at the school sometimes. So for anyone just joining me, you haven't missed a draft. This is just a draft I did last night that I'm just finishing up here. Evan, I don't put that much work into my my stream. It's just for fun. So thanks for the offer, but no thanks. Alright, so let's see if they block. I kind of think they will. Oh shoot, I played the wrong land. That was a mistake. Alright, well, I guess I'll skewer then. If I had played the other mountain, I could have attacked, and then with the trigger, after the trigger happened, when they blocked, I could Carnage it, and then I would have been able to play Fireblade Artist post-combat. But, oh well. Well, that one works for me. Ooh, even better. Now that one I am going to Carnival, because I don't want them to have a bunch of mana. I haven't gotten to draw this card very many times this draft. It was my, I think it was my first pick pack 2. I like my start, though. Even with that mistake I made. Alright, so I'm going to pre-combat play this on the off chance that I draw into the land for Fireblade Artist. Oh, that was pretty good though. I can skewer that. That was a great draw. Yeah, Spawn is sweet. Worth noting I have 3 Skewer the Critics in here. I also have the Mythic Dragon, the 5-mana dragon with Riot. Is also in this deck. It's not the best Rakdos deck I've drafted since this came back, though. There's one I went 7-0 with that had a... I got Judith, like, 5th or 6th pick in pack 2 or 3. I was pretty stoked. In this draft, both of my Mythics were first picks out of packs. I think. One of them might have been a second pick. The Judith, though, was surprising. It wasn't bots. I guess just I was the only Rakdos drafter. Here's the deck since this is the last game, in case anybody's interested. So I'm on 3 Skewer the Critics. I've got a Clamor Shaman, Grotestimise, a couple of Footlight Fiends. Here, I can scoot stuff over for mana curve purposes if you assume Spectacle, because this deck is really good at turning on Spectacle. And this is like a 4, but that's okay. These go to 1. So I have 2 Plague White, 2 Trumpeters, Fireblade Artist, and Cult Guildmage, and 2 Footlight Fiends, so I'm really good at turning on Spectacle for turn 3, which is good because I have Spawn of Mayhem, a couple of Spikewheel Acrobats, a Blade Juggler, which all want to be spectacled. The 2 games I've lost were significant mana problems. I think one of them I drew like 12 or 13 lands and like 4 spells. Yeah, I'm not super stoked with the Get the Points. I think it's just a medium removal spell because it's 5 mana. I think Skewer the Critics is much better, but you play with what you get. Alright, so last game with this, and then I will get to my first draft of the night. I've drafted a lot of Rakdos since this came back. Had the most success with it, for whatever reason. So this is my 6th draft of the set. I went 7-2 with Rakdos, 6-3 with green-red gates, or Gruul gates, 7-0 with Rakdos, 2-3 with Simic, 2-3 with Azorius. It was a double, the thing where all your creatures deal damage equal to their toughness instead of their power, whatever that's called. And then I'm currently 6-2 with this Rakdos deck. Hey Mio, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I basically haven't drafted blue with Ravnica Allegiances. And not that blue is bad, by the way. Just for whatever reason, I haven't been successful with it this time around. This is probably my most practiced... welcome, Sean. I try to use people's screen names, just, you know, since I'm recording stuff. But if you want me to call you Sean, I can. So this is my most practiced draft format ever. The Pro Tour that I played at, or Mythic Championship 1, this was the draft set, so I drafted this a lot in practice. Yeah, the top deck spawn was pretty good. Ugh. So I have to demise or skewer, but I don't have the double red, so I can't skewer and Cult Guild Mage. Oh well. I guess I'll go test demise, just because it's more mana efficient, and skewer can go face. This one's looking pretty good for me. I didn't find that other red source. Well, how about we skewer and finish things off? They have a counterspell? Nope. Well, sometimes it's just that easy. And ranked up to diamond. I was gold 4 2 days ago. I just happen to be very good at this format. By the way, for anybody who has seen the stream before, I changed a few things up with my camera. Changed the shape, I removed like the outline and stuff. Does, what do you all think of it? Is it working better for you, or, I'm also trying the music thing, that's new for me. I wanted to do the, make the square around me invisible, but apparently I need a green screen for that, and I do not have a green screen. Alright, so, we have options. We can do a Zendikar Rising draft, best of 1 or best of 3, or we can do another Ravnica Allegiances draft. Best of 1 is the only option there. If you have an opinion, feel free to type it out in chat. I've been trying to do the Ravnica Allegiances since I'm particularly good at that one, and in a few days I might be able to grind Mythic before it goes away. But while streaming, I'm happy to do whatever people want to see. Got 2 votes for Zendikar. I'm not hearing anything else. Okay, I'll do best of 3. I had 1 for best of 3 and 1 for didn't mention. And I prefer best of 3, so we'll do that. I am much less good at this format. I haven't drafted it all that much. How dare you eat while watching my stream, Mio? This is a no food stream. He says while I drink some water. Alright, so what do we have here? I think Jwari Disruption is a pretty reasonable one. What's this do? Oh, that didn't seem very good. Toph? No, drinks are not acceptable. So I think, so Jwari Disruption is good, but I don't want to start there. I think Feed the Swarm is good. It's one of the best black commons. I think Stonework Pack Beast is good. I think it's less good than Feed the Swarm, but as a first pick it might be better because it's colorless and goes into so many decks. So I think I'm on Stonework Pack Beast here, but I'm going to think about it for a second here. Alright, I take it back, Mio. It's not a no food stream, it's a stuff your face feed stream. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Stonework Pack Beast. Ooh, Soaring Thought Thief. Soaring Thought Thief. Alternatively, there's what, like a Core Celebrant. If I get into Clerics, that card's very important. Zulaport Duelist is fine, but if you're going to be in Rogues, you want the Thought Thief way more. Magmatic Chandler is pretty good too, but I think I'm just on Thought Thief here. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say, Thought Thief. This card's just so good, and yeah, it's double color, but I'm willing to gamble on that for this card. So here, a Tenant Healer would have been a good follow-up to the Cleric. Shepherd Hero is also a good follow-up. There's Zoth Consumption, which is not bad. Thwart the Grave, which is quite good. Anti-Cognition, which is fine, but may wheel. I think these are both reasonable green cards, but I'm nowhere near green, and green's the worst color in this format too, so I prefer to avoid playing it when possible, unless it's green-blue specifically. So I'm going to go with Thwart the Grave here. I think this and the Attendant Healer are by far the two best cards in the pack, but Thwart the Grave plays with my blue-black card, and Attendant Healer does not. So I'll take that one. Oh man. And Relic Vial? I could have a sweet start to a Cleric's deck here. As far as a Rogue's deck, yeah, it's a consideration on the Vial. It is a sign, and 2 of my 3 picks actually work in the Cleric's deck. If I was in a Rogue's deck, or if I was planning to go Rogues, Glacial Grasp is the only card, and I guess Malakir Rebirth are the only 2 considerations. Neither of those cards are like super good, so I think I'm gonna take the Relic Vial here and see if the Cleric signals keep coming. Hopefully I didn't put the person on my left in Clerics, but we'll do that, especially given the Pack Beast 1 and the Thwart the Grave both go in that deck. So I'm only giving up on 1 pick, basically. Mio, that's true. We are sending a little weird signals if we switch, but not that weird because it was so early in the draft. It's not like it was super strong black-white signals. I guess the uncommon was a pretty strong signal, but the one before it, the 1/4, wasn't as a second pick. Here, if I was Rogues, there's not really anything for me. There's just random blue and black cards, and if I'm Clerics, Blood Beckoning's the best card. So this is actually the best card if I go Rogues or Clerics. So that's going to be the pick here. Can I move my portrait to another position? It's covering. So Dual Lands, I have played around with that, and there's not really a good place for me to move it. So like, I can move it here and then move it back during gameplay. Does that work better? It's still going to cover the bottom left card, but that's going to happen less. Okay, so there's nothing here for Clerics, and if I'm in Rogues, Zulaport Duelist is probably the best, but the Sky Dancer is pretty close, and it's playable if I'm in Clerics, so I think I'm going to take that one over the Duelist, because they're pretty close. Well, it doesn't look like Clerics is actually open. Although there's not really anything for Rogues here either. I don't really want to be in green-black, although I theoretically still could be at this point. So the Moss-Pit Skeleton would be pretty reasonable. Could also take the Chilling Trap in case I end up with some random wizards. I think I'll do that, especially because I'm best of 3. Yeah, agreed. It's not a very good pack for me. Oh, this one's not very good for me either. Mind Drain's still fine. Black is clearly open. Kindiox is garbage. Seagate Banneret's not where I want to be if I end up in black-white. Turn Timber Aesthetic's fine, but it's green, and I'm trying to stay away from greens if I'm going to be in black. So I guess I'll take the Mind Drain. I really need to pick up some creatures that go well together. It kind of feels like blue and white are both not open. I could go into red, go into black-white or black-red party. So it's between this and the squid. I think I'm going to take the squid. I don't think the ambusher is... I think it's actually worse than the squid. So it's not really a reason to go into black-red there. Well, okay, so Anticog did wheel and so did Zulaport Duelist. So maybe we just haven't seen very good rogue cards opened, I mean. I think I prefer the Duelist over the Anticog, so I'll take that. I don't want any of these. I guess I'll take Negate for the sideboard since we're in best of 3. I don't want any of these either. What sends the best signal? It doesn't matter. I don't want to be any of these colors. I don't want any of these. I guess I'll take the red card on the off chance I go into red. Oh, there you go. There's 2 Great Clerics cards, or Rogues cards, and 2 black removal spells. But this card is a bomb, especially when you're in Rogues. So I'll be taking that. Bottom left card, in case you can't see it, is a Feed the Swarm. Yeah, definitely something good here will table. If nobody's in Rogues, the Stinger might table. Otherwise, maybe like Vanquish the Weak. Okay, so I'm pretty certain I'm in black-blue at this point. So I'll cut the Relic Vial. Bloodchief's Thirst, Deadly Alliance, Shadow Stinger. So if something was going to wheel, Shadow Stinger is most likely. So I'm going to take the Bloodchief's Thirst. I think it's better than Deadly Alliance. If you're in like Black-Red Party, I think Deadly Alliance can be better. But in the Rogues deck, it usually costs 4. So I'd rather have the option of being able to kill stuff cheaply. So I'm going to do that. And maybe the 1/4 wheel, that would be pretty sweet. So there's a Seafloor Stalker, which is just okay in Rogues. And there's this Skitter Sneak, which is also just okay in Rogues. It's better when you're more on a mill plan, which I might be on eventually, but I'm not really hard on that, and it's more likely to wheel. So I'll take the Seafloor Stalker, mostly just as a cheaper rogue here. Yeah, a bit of a reward here, but to be fair, we're early in the pack, so it doesn't necessarily mean it's open, but that the cards that were opened happen to be good for me, for being rogues. Alright, so there's a Mind Drain number 2, probably not. There's a Bubble Snare, which is pretty good removal. Skyclave Squid, Anti-Cog. This rare is like a 2/1 that's unblockable when you play your rogue in this deck. The rest of the text doesn't matter. So it's a 2/1 semi-unblockable. I think I want the removal. It's pretty close. We have, what, 1 removal spell right now, so I'll take the Bubble Snare. Alright, so in this pack, it's Glacial Grasp over Kite Sail. I don't really like the Kite Sail. I think it has a place, but it feels like it has less of a place in Blue-Black Rogues in general. Although it would be pretty cool on Xerath Sand. But I'm going to take the Glacial Grasp. The mill is sometimes important, it replaces itself. 2 good blue cards, neither of which are rogue specific, but Tazeem Royal Mage is just good. Yeah, you like Glacial Grasp more than you should. I think it's pretty reasonable. It's possible you like it more than you should, but I don't think it's bad at all. Like it's better than filler, I think, but not much better. Tazeem Royal Mage is definitely the pick here. Cool loop with Blood Beckoning if we get there. Ooh, Ruin Crab. So I'm already not playing the first Chilling Trap, although there's a chance it makes it in, but I'm not taking a second one here. Expedition Diviner is probably not the deck for it, but the Crab is really good if you want to try and get on the mill plan. Not like mill your opponent out, but the like mill to 8 cards. Right now I only have 1 card that cares about that, although Xerath cares about other cards in Graveyard. I'm definitely taking the Crab here, but now it'll be easier to be on the 8 cards in Graveyard payoff. So now there's Mind Carver and Anti-Cog. I don't really like Mind Carver. The Ruin Crab makes it a lot better. It makes the Ruin Crab a threat and also turns it on faster. I don't actually know what the pick is here. I'm going to take the Mind Carver because I think I'll have lots of other chances at Anti-Cog and I probably only want 1. I don't know if I'm going to end up playing it. Nice, the Shadow Stinger wheeled. There's a Vanquish the Weak too, but I'm hard enough in Rogues that I want the Shadow Stinger plus the Ruin Crab, and if I can get that other Shadow Stinger, milling my opponent out might be an actual game plan. I do like the Vanquish the Weak, but I want the creature. Expedition Skulker, not bad. Looks like the, I think that last pack is the one that had the other 1/4, so we're not getting that one. I'll take the Sneak. There's a chance it makes it in now that I'm heavier on the mill. Probably not playing the second Sneak, but I'm definitely not playing the Gul'Draz Mucklord. Whatever, I guess I'll take a Fissure Wizard. So I was going to say this could be an interesting pick. Well, it still could be. So, Charix is great. It's not a rogue, which makes it a little worse in the rogue's deck, but only a little bit worse. If there was a good rogue here, I think there'd be an interesting choice, but I think Charix is just way better than Vanquish. Also, we did see a Vanquish pretty late last pack, so this one might wheel, but I think this is a pretty easy Charix. If it was like Charix versus like a Shadow Stinger or something, that would be a much closer pick, but that's not what we have. We're actually a Crab deck, not a Rogues deck. I like Thieving Skydiver, but there aren't a lot of artifacts in the set, so it's mostly a 2/1 flyer for 2. It is a Rogue, though. Alternatively, there's another Shadow Stinger, so that I can be better at milling. I think this is actually a pretty tough pick. I'm leaning towards the Thieving Skydiver. As much as I want that Shadow Stinger, there's a chance it wheels. I don't think there's a chance the Skydiver wheels. I think I want that. Into the Royal, sweet pickup. Over nothing. Agreed, Mononocles. Skydiver is sweet in Vintage Cube. But this is not Vintage Cube. It is much less sweet here. Glacial Grass might wheel. Shell Shield will probably wheel for the sideboard. So here it's Mind Carver over nothing. I definitely don't want the Vampire. Shell Shield is pretty marginal for sideboard only. Risen Riptide, definitely not where I want to be. And I don't want this Utility Knife, so I guess we'll take the Mind Carver. I don't think we're playing 2, though. Second Ruin Crab. Alright, we're in. Let's hope that 1/4 wheels. Yeah, apparently we're a crab tribal here, Mio. I mean, I'll take the Geyser Mage. I don't know if it's going to make the cut. It is good, but it doesn't fit the deck super well. So I'm going to put it in the sideboard to start, but it might make it in. Skyclave Squid or Salundi Visions. 2, 3, 4, 5. If 6 hits on Salundi Visions, there's a chance I'd play it. Take it over the Squid. Wind Robber? I mean, that works. Happy to see that. Mio, it's true that Salundi Visions as a spell is pretty meh, but the fact that it's a spell or land is a big deal. And the spell is not, like, terrible. Cascade Seer versus Lithoform Blight. I mean, I'm not playing either. Was this the pack the 1/4 was in, or was it the next one? I don't remember. I'm not playing any of these. It's gone. I'll take the Glacial Grass, probably not playing the second one, though. I don't know. Alright. So I am bummed about those 2 1/4s that I didn't pick up, especially because Mill is like a legit win condition in my deck at this point. But that's alright. So 1 Mind Carver's out, I'm pretty sure. What else? Squid can probably go. I have a pretty low curve already. Actually, I have a really low curve. This might even be like a 16-land deck. The flyer versus the 1/4, I still think that's close, and it's closer to the 1/4 now than it was when I was looking, but only because the end result. The other 1/4 that I didn't pick, it wasn't over Xerath, because that was a first pick, and the other one that didn't wheel was a third pick. I don't remember what I picked over it. It might have been like Bloodchief's Thirst or something. Oh, yeah. Good time to move my portrait back. Good call. Thank you, Dual Lands. Here, I'll move it up here for the moment. Did you know, by the way, that you can do this? I just learned this the other day. Now all my creatures are on top. So I have a good mix of lands and spells, so I don't need to like pick from one side or the other. Yeah, you can do it with not. You could do it like if I wanted to know how many instants I have, I could do it with instants, or I think you can only do one type at a time though. Sorceries, you could do it with like rogues. There's all my rogues, which is like most of my creatures. It's T for type, and then the first 3 letters of whatever. I saw that on Going Optimal, Ryan Spain's stream. Alright, so I could cut a land here, or plan Selindi Visions as my 17th land. It's probably a good plan. What's my mix here? I have 11 black cards. I have effectively 1 double black spell in this card here. And I really want to make sure I can play Ruin Crab on 1. Or before playing a second land. So I guess I'll cut a swamp. I guess I have a second double black spell. I'm going to cut a swamp. Stonework Packbeast can fix for my other black if I really need it. Turn Bloodchief's Thirst into a 5-mana spell if need be. I think that's fine. What do my creature types look like? I have 1 wizard, then a bunch of rogues, and that Stonework Packbeast. So Thwart is normally going to cost 5 in my deck. Sometimes it'll cost 4. Alright, well, I like this. So, worth noting what Selindi Visions can hit. Blood Beckoning, Bloodchief's Thirst, Into the Royal, Glacial Grasp, Mind Drain, Thwart the Grave. So I have 6 hits. Okay, so now I'm going to move my portrait here. I think during gameplay this is probably the best spot for it. The deck mascot should be Crab. It auto picks it based on your first pick, but I think I can change it. Maybe I will after this this match. Remind me, and I'll change it if I can figure out how. You know, I do have more crabs in this deck than any creature type other than Rogue. Oh, you just drag the card to the portrait slot? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. The best of 3 queues feel like they always take so much longer than best of 1. I don't know why. Black Jeebus. Huh. Even though there's no black, I'm going to keep this. Windrobber on 1 can go a long way. And if I draw a bunch of lands, I have Selindi Visions, and if not, I'll just play Selindi Visions as a land, which is actually going to happen next turn if I don't top deck a land. And I did. I could put the Mind Carver on it immediately. That seems like a plan. It's not a card you see a lot of people play. Black-white, okay. Maybe they're clerics and they just didn't get enough creatures. I had that problem in clerics before. Ooh, Ruin Crab. Alright, so I'm going to attack first. See what happens. What does this cost to equip? 3? Okay, well that's fine. So I'm actually going to play the Selindi Visions now. I may want the land next turn so that I can kick into the Royal, but also lands are just better now. Ooh, that was some good hits. You see that? I got a removal spell and a Aspirant. Also, they're going to be at 8 cards when I play this land here. 8 cards in graveyard. Yeah, okay. That's not going to do enough for you. Should I move the... Nah. I don't need to attack with crab. That's silly. Looks like they're just on black-white stuff. Dual lands, I don't see anything that cares about +1/+1 counters. Except for Hagra Constrictor. This is just a good white card. And this is a life gain card, not really a +1/+1 counter card. Alright, so I am going to block here. If they have something, I have Into the Royal. And if they don't, then, you know, I'm just calling their bluff. Ho ho ho! Ho ho! Look at that! Alright, well, let's start with the land. And, oh, this can only return an unblocked rogue. Okay. You would be careful. So, they can't counter it. I mean, they can kill it or whatever. But there's not really going to be a point where I can cast this and leave up Into the Royal. Well, that's not entirely true. Oh, it has Flash. What would I get? I would get their Relic Golem. What can they have at instant speed? They don't have enough mana for the just destroy target creature for 5 with the cost 1 less for each thing. They don't have... There aren't a lot of cards that can kill it at instant speed here, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And I can just replay it too. Mindcarver did fall off, but that's alright. Welcome to the stream, Senor Revelry. I think I'm taking the Relic Golem here. As cool as the Aspirant is, I just want to kill him fast, and the Golem is going to do that faster. Oh, hey, Greg. Well, I'm welcome to the stream. All right. So what do I see? I just saw black-white stuff. Right? There's a Mind Drain. Oh, Smite. Okay, that's something that could have killed Xerath that I didn't consider. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Is it Senor because you don't have the Enye or the tilde over your N? Yeah, Aspirant definitely a threat. I don't think I make any changes. There's nothing here that like made me want to change anything. Worth noting that the Mindcarver turns on their 1 removal spell, because like otherwise I basically only have 1 creature it can hit, which is Xerath. So that's worth noting. I could consider cutting it. Cutting the Mindcarver. What would I put in instead? Cunning Geyser Mage could bounce something with tokens on it. I kind of like that. Agreed, dual lands. If he had Smite, he could have done it to the 4/2. I was just thinking of things that could kill Xerath Sand at all with what they had up, and I couldn't think of anything. And that was one. But you're right, they could have killed the other flyer first. I think I'll do it like that. Even though the Mindcarver was good that game. Yeah, this seems like a good hand. It's a little bit awkward because I don't have a lot to do early, but that's fine. Probably starting on Selendi Visions here, unless I draw land, which I did not. So I'm going to start there. Play an X1. Please play an X1. Play an X1 so you attack me next turn into my duelist. Well, that doesn't count. It is technically an X1. I did get what I asked for. Oh, well, that was good. Yeah, too bad it doesn't say unblocked rogue or crab. True statement. Well, they have an answer for it. Ooh, that could get yucky with the aspirant. Okay, I'm gonna take my beating here. I'm not gonna play the duelist. I want to try and get more value off of it, and it's not really doing anything right now. Of course, would have done something with that. All right, I'm gonna play the Stalker. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Stalker. I'm doing this because it is more likely to be unblocked than the 1/4 is, and I can't play the duelist plus Xerath in the same turn. At least not yet. It'll be interesting to see if they attack with the aspirant, or if they want to try and play around Xerath. If I were them, I would just attack, but I could see someone choosing to not attack here. Well, I take it back. Alright, I am gonna attack here. See if they'll block. Didn't block. So I can have a Hagra Constrictor. Yeah, I don't think that's worth it here. I think I want the Shadow Stinger. I can play the Duelist and give the Shadow Stinger a Death Touch after double blocking. If I get the chance to take out the Aspirant, I will. If not, I'm fine with taking out the Constrictor. That bat's going to be a real problem. I really need to find an answer for it. Alright. Duelist. So I could totally hit the Constrictor with the -2 and still block. But I open myself, but it's actually not that bad if they have a combat trick. Yeah, I'm going to do that. If they have a combat trick, it means they do still get to kill the Stinger, but I still kill their Aspirant, and that's what I really care about. Oh, that was dumb. Should have hit the Gloom Hunter if I was going to do that. My bad. I didn't think all the way through the line. Looks like they have some kind of trick here. Okay. That was good. Okay, I actually want to draw a land here so that I can send the duelist. Well, that was good too. That was really good. So I just have to kill the Gloom Hunter, right? As, like, mana inefficient as that is. Alternatively, I can Zareth San and get back, what, a Constrictor or a Gloom Hunter. Neither of those are very good options. And if I Blood Chief's Thirst, do I hit the Aspirant or do I hit the Gloom Hunter? I mean, it has to be the Gloom Hunter. It's just too bad for me. So, second question, do I play the Royal Mage here? Do I try to mill them more? I think I do. And play the Royal Mage. So I still have double blocks for stuff, which is the important part. If they put a counter on Haggard Constrictor and just attack with that, I can double block with the Stalker and the Royal Mage. If they put it on Aspirant, I can still block with those two. It becomes a 2-for-1, but I get the Aspirant off the board. If they have a removal spell, I still have a double block, although it would basically only be for Haggard Constrictor. This just seems like the highest upside play. It also sets me up for Zareth being a thing. See, there's a removal spell. Now they put the counter on Aspirant and send, probably. Disciple. Oh, that's interesting. So if I sack the Duelist, I have to take all the damage. That was gross. So I have to sack the 1/4? Bleh. Good play, opponent. So now they probably just attack with just that. Yup. I don't block. So I need to Zareth here. I guess I have to get in. I need that Demon's Disciple. So I'm going to send with a Stalker. This doesn't work out the way I particularly want, but that's alright. So we do this. Leave the blue open. Take the Demon's Disciple because then they either have to sack the Aspirant or the Constrictor. I have to sack Zareth because otherwise Constrictor is lethal, which really sucks. But you do what you gotta do. I could still draw like an Into the Royal or something and be in this. I also have that the Reanimator spell, not Blood Boil, but the other one. Sure. I'll be chump blocking with my 1/1. Dual land, that's true, but it's a 1/1 and they had a 2/2, so they would have just blocked it. Which means it wouldn't have been unblocked for me to bounce to Xerath. Alright, so Cherix can block for a bit. So we'll do that. I guess I'm going to play the land. They know my whole hand now, but that's alright. What I don't want is land here, because if they play land and then put the counter on the Jabroa, then I have to chump block with a Demon's Disciple, and then I'm in a bad spot. Yeah, I had considered that dual lands. The last couple of terms have been just barely really awkward for me, where like if one thing had been different, I'd be in a much better spot. But there's been several turns in a row like that, and so I'm just getting further and further behind. Bummer. So now they put the counter on Jerboa. Or not. Surprising. Do they have... They're just not attacking. Okay. Well, I'll take that. Alright, I need like a removal spell or Into the Royal or something. Glacial Grasp is not bad. Buys me a little time. Now I want them to have lands. This has been, honestly, a pretty interesting game. I've been behind the whole game, but I'm still hanging in there. It's Luminarch Aspirant, though. Sure. Fine with them attacking. Okay, I'm gonna Glacial Grasp this. See what I can draw. Sky Dancer's not bad. So play a land. I need 3 for Sky Dancer, which leaves me with 4. So I can activate C4 Stalker once. Oops, I meant to activate. Oh well. Unlikely that one will make a difference. Famous last words. I have 13 cards in library. Not that close to milling them out. Sure. Okay. Interesting. It doesn't fly, though. Hey, Archie. Welcome to the stream. Hope work's going alright for you. Does this trample? It doesn't. Nice. I don't just have lethal, right? 2, 4... No, I think I only have 6 next turn. Ugh, Swamp is really bad. So I have 7... So everything is lethal. So I can't... I can only send one thing. Unfortunately. I'm gonna not play this land. 5, 6, 7, because it doesn't add to another activation. So this thing is huge, but it's possible that they lose the game because they played it. Because it gives me a chance of getting to lethal. Although I'm gonna have to block with my... Yeah. As long as they can't give it trample, right? Yeah, it doesn't have trample. They just wanted something to get above 17, but maybe they don't realize that I have lethal on the board right now? Unblockable lethal? I mean, they might have something in hand, like a trick or something. Charix has been surprisingly good this game, even though the activation's been garbage. Because I've only had one island the whole game. But just having 17 toughness has been a huge thing. They're reading Seafloor Stalker, realizing what it does. Into the Royal's good. But do I just want to go for lethal? I mean, I need to, right? If they have something, I die, but I think my odds are better this way. I die to basically any instant. This is where that not doing the extra one earlier could be punishing, because they have something here and don't die. If I had remembered that activation on that one turn, oh, it's mega punished. So that one damage did make a huge difference, because I wouldn't have had to do that second activation there, and I'd still have a blue up to be able to enter the Royal. Get wrecked. Were they at an odd life total dual lands when that happened? Alright, they got me. Good game. Okay, so they are black-white stuff, but they have some powerful cards. Do I want to change anything? That's true, I knew they had Smite in their deck. But I was getting, I guess, the bounce spell. You're right, because the bounce spell could have bought me a ton of time. I could have just, no, because I couldn't bounce the big guy, because it's rounded up, and so if they played it kicked again, I died, because I was at 1 life. So I would have had to bounce the 7/7, which means I'd still be abyssing myself every turn. I don't know, I think it was pretty close. Okay, so do I want to change anything? I haven't seen that much removal from them, right? I'm thinking about negate here. There's a few, but negate doesn't feel good enough. Do I want to put Mindcarver back in? What would I take out for it? Cunning Geyser Mage did look good. I do kind of like the Mindcarver, actually. But I don't know what I take out. There's Glacial Grasp. I do like the mill on the Glacial Grasp. I just don't know what I'd cut for the Mindcarver if I wanted to play it. Yeah, I agree. That's why I put the Now I'll just stay it as is. That's why I put the Cunning Geyser Mage in the first place, was because of the Luminary. But they have a lot of... They're not playing a lot of cheap stuff, which makes that better. Although, given it's actually better when I'm being aggressive, which that equipment I'm not playing is... One land can't keep it. Alright, I can keep this one. Thieving Skydiver could do some work. Put an island on the bottom. Come on, island. Alright, Skydiver. See how far this can go. And this, I finally drew a Reanimator type spell, so if this game goes long, that could be worth quite a bit here. Just don't want to see Luminarch on 2 again. It was really bad last game. Gloom Hunter. Alright, well, still attacking. If they attack back, do I block with Skydiver? I don't think so, because 4 in the air puts a pretty fast clock, and then they have to stop attacking. Sure. I'm actually going to discard the 2 lands here. Looks like they're trying to decide if they want to be trading damage or not. If I have nothing and I were in their shoes, I would want to trade damage, but I'd be pretty unhappy about it after this Revenant came down. Or Skydancer, I mean. Duelist was a pretty good draw, because they're probably going to hold up Ghastly Gloomhunter to block next turn, and Duelist will keep my creatures alive, so that's pretty sweet. Vanquish, alright. I'm still fine trading damage here, if they want to keep doing that. We're basically trading 1 for 1. Ruin Crab was not the best draw there. That's going to be tough to deal with right now. Well, there's a land. They put Disenchant in? That's weird. What did I show them that they would want to disenchant? There was the equipment in the first game, but that's it, right? I didn't show them Bubble Snare. I plan to block here and then Duelist so they don't gain the extra life. Keep Scion at a 4/4. There's a consideration of milling myself on the next Ruin Crab trigger just to have more hits on Blood Beckoning. Something I should consider. I don't know if I will or not. Disciple. Well, I think this is a pretty easy sack Ruin Crab. They didn't go for it. Oh, they did go for it. What's this? Gets indestructible. That's a bummer. Alright, come on, my rare. Nope. Well, this is going in. I still have to leave back the Sky Dancer. What's my game plan? Do I want a Blood Beckoning here? I mean, not really. It doesn't really do anything for me. So I guess I just pass? Plan to block the Sky Hunter again? I mean, this is definitely a bad spot. I probably should have played the land just in case they Mind Rot me again. Doesn't change much. I'm actually pretty happy about not attacking there. I didn't want to block, I was just kind of forced into it. I'm going to draw something pretty good here. I don't even know what I could draw. Could have been worse. Could have been better, though. I'm going to play the land. I need a removal spell for that Scion. Although, I would take an Into the Royal, too. We've got one turn left to draw it. Well, that is unfortunate. Alright, removal spell. Yes! Alright, so if I play that, I'm still dead to a removal spell. But that's the way it goes. Let's tap it to represent a duelist. So if nothing happens, if they do nothing, I could get greedy, kick the Blood Beckoning to get back 2 flyers. If they do anything, I have to Blood Beckoning on 1 mana to get back a flyer. Yep, take it. What is their last card? Pack Beast. Well, that doesn't change anything. Do I get greedy? Do I go for 2 flyers? So I can Blood Beckoning for the Sky Dancer, and then play that at instant speed to block the Ghost Hunter. Yeah, but Greed losing me the last game doesn't change anything about this game. If I do that, I'm dead to, like... Well, I'm already dead to a removal spell. What, I die to a combat trick this way? That's a good point. That kicked thing would kill me. I think that's a reason to go for it. Or to not get greedy. I don't have like any life gain, so unless I steal a Gloom Hunter out of their graveyard, I would be dead the whole rest of the game to that kicker card. So, good point, Dual Lands. I'm still dead to a removal spell. Well, not technically. A removal spell on Shadow Stinger makes me play Nirkana Revenant, double block, Haggard Constrictor, go to 1. But then I have to draw something for the Gloom Hunter or I'm dead on the next turn. Land, that's a good sign for me. I wonder if their last card is just land or smite, as you're pointing out, Mono No Kill, and they're just kind of over it. I'm not even going to do the Death Touch thing because that gives them another chance to respond if they have something. They have nothing. The Shadow Stinger could do some work. Oh, they have exactly the card we were worried about. Nice call, Dual Lands. They have Charix or Stonework Pack Beast. Let's play Charix, I guess. Land is good for me. So I might actually start getting aggressive with this Shadow Stinger. Once I have Pack Beast in play, I can give it Death Touch. Are there multiple smites in the yard? No, there's just one. The Disenchant looks kind of like a smite. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm playing Soaring Thought Thief here, too. Like, there's a real chance of milling them out at this point. And even if they find an answer for Charix, I have some chumpers. Ooh, land. Is that just game? It's almost game. Ha 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 ha. Let's do this. Get in there. Did I have lethal if I did it the other way? I did, didn't I? Well, that was stupid. But that's fine. Disciple's good here. So if I had done it the other way, Soaring Thought Thief would have still been in play, and the other guy would have gotten +1, so that was 7 exactly. So that was definitely a mistake, but it worked out just fine. So that was pretty close. Those are some good games there. The first one was kind of a non-game. I had a crazy start, and my opponent's deck looked terrible, but then turns out their deck wasn't terrible. They had lots of powerful cards, just no synergy. But that was almost enough. Well, that's a sweet way to start off the stream here. Yeah, not getting greedy on that Blood Beckoning was definitely important. I almost did it too. Dual Lands, your comment about that kicker card is honestly the reason I didn't do it. Sure, this seems fine. Ooh. Ooh. Blue-red, so wizards, I guess? Is this a wizard too? No, it's not. Oh, maybe there's blue-red party. I am going to play the Skydiver. I think I'm actually more likely to trade with the Bugcatcher than with the Windrider. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm not too worried about me getting milled. I'm way more worried about damage. And, you know, if they have a combat trick or whatever, that's fine. I do still have this Bubble Snare. I could lock down the Grotag Bugcatcher if I need to. Alright, that worked out just fine for me. This also blocks Grotag Bugcatcher. Cinderclasm is an important card to note for game 2. Okay. Still happy to trade with Bugcatcher. Keep the mill plan going. So it looks like they're just blue-red aggressive with maybe some party synergy or something. So I could... Oh, I can't Bubble Snare kicked. Alright, Blood Beckoning kicked it is. I'm not even sure I know what that does. Maybe you cast a kick spell, loot. You can find a kick spell, okay? Ooh, got a Rooster Drakes in there. Alright, so... I guess I can Pack Beast, Bubble Snare this Mystic. Oh no, this doesn't work the way I want. I guess I'll just play this. Take another hit from the Umara Mystic. Imagine it will be 3. Okay. It's interesting. They have cards that care about warriors, cards that care about wizards, cards that care about kicker, and cards that care about party. Let's see. I can't play... Oh, I can play Charix and Bubble... No, I can't. Just kidding. I guess I want... I really do want to Bubble Snare this Mystic. So I'll be playing Thieving Skydiver. It shuts down one of them, Dual Lands. So I have enough of them that I'm not too worried about that. It's not like it's not good or anything, but I think the Mystic is going to get a lot more damage in. Like, it's at least 3 this turn if they want to field research. If I draw an island, activating Charix a couple of times can get it out of range of Gomafada. See, like, if they're just going to do this and I get to trade, that's fine with me. Is there a trick that gives all their creatures power? There's not one that I know of. So let's do this. Yeah, that was fine. I mean, I'm basically in the mill plane at this point. I still have 11 cards, but I have other things that can mill. I traded off the 2/1s so readily because this Fireblade Charger. yeah, get the beats in with C4 Stalker. Yeah, dual land, that's a good point. They could have had that. Oh, I don't have double blue anymore. You know what? Actually, I'm cool if they want to jump. I forgot I needed the 2-1 for double blue for Charix. That's alright. Charix doesn't actually get me anywhere right now. Oh, take it back. Now it does. Well, there's my second blue source, but do I want to play it and try to find a removal spell? If I play it, it leaves me with 3 mana, so I can't play the removal spell that kills this. So I guess I'll just play it as a land. So I'm not attacking. The question is, do I want to chump block? Oh, it's only +3/+1. Okay, never mind. There are 7 cards in their library, dual lands. Now 6. I would have to go land to mill them out, and I guess I'm not technically dead before that, as the board stands, because I can keep not killing this Fireblade Charger. They have Warrior Wizard. Do I just play Charix? I mean, Xerath doesn't really do anything here, right? Xerath can give me a flyer. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The only problem with that is if they draw a counterspell, I'm boned. But I need that in case I don't draw a land. So I'm going to do that. And I drew a flyer. So I have 7 mana, so I can play both. Alright, so Xerath. It's just interesting. Do I actually pick a land here? Since I drew the flyer. Nah, I'll just play the Wind Robber. It's safer in case they top deck a removal spell. An instant speed removal spell. And I'm actually going to do this instead of play Charix. Because if they draw a removal spell, they're going to kill the Wind Robber. I can still play the Nirkana Sky Dancer. And if they kill the Crab, I can still block with Sky Dancer and the Wind Robber on the Fireblade Charger and then sack the Wind Robber so that it doesn't kill their Fireblade Charger. So I think this is better to hide information. Land is great for me. This Ruin Crab is like, it's my win condition and it's keeping me from dying because this Flameblade Charger doing work. That's funny. Do you want to loot? No? Let's see, so they're drawing 2. Alright. So they die on their next draw step. If I survive this one. Hooray! Alright. What did I see? I saw, like, red-blue wizard warriors? Right, because they have 2 Gomafata, vanguards, and they have 2 Flameblade chargers. What equipment do they have to put on it? Looks like just Relic Axe and Scavenge Blade. They have like 2 Grotag Bug Catchers, so they're aggressive with like flyers as well. Does that make me want to change anything? Chilling Trap is kind of interesting against Gomafata Vanguard because they can attack with the trigger on the stack. It can make it not do the thing. My deck actually seems a little bit bad against their deck because I have so many low power blockers. I mean, it's not terrible or anything. Probably Skyclave Squid should come in. Maybe Mana Drain goes out. Or Mind Drain, I mean. Yeah, Cinderclasm and Roost of Drakes were both worth noting. I can't really do anything about Roost of Drakes. I could board in Negate, but I don't think I want to do that. Well, they do have a fair number of hits. I don't think I'm aggressive in this match, so I want to take up Mindcarver. I don't think I like Mind Drain, so I'll cut that. Squid is in. And it's either Chilling Trap or Negate, I think. I think with only 2 wizards, it's probably not Chilling Trap. So I'll put in Negate. Could be another Glacial Grasp. No, we'll do it this way. It's funny that I'm calling them an aggressive deck, but I milled them out. Ugh. Nope. Ugh. Nope. Alright, keep this. Put 2 lands on the bottom. Well, that's a pretty good follow-up. Sure. Hopefully it's not a non-warrior creature. Or something that makes the bug catcher bigger. It is. Well, I just have to take that. I don't think I saw that last game. I am definitely milling them pretty fast, but they've got a pretty fast start here. I think I just take it because I want the card off of Into the Royal. I could block Seafloor Stalker, but then they pump and then I Into the Royal. It's actually a pretty good exchange. I think I'll do that. Because it also locks them out of playing anything this turn, and then it can't attack next turn. Alright, do I keep attacking? Yeah, I keep attacking. I do need some gas here. Yep. Okay, something. Not land. Ooh, that's bad for me. That was good for me, though. I think it has to be that one. So, they can come in for 6 next turn. I'm definitely not winning this mill race. I really don't want to trade off the Soaring Thought Thief. You know what? I'm just going to keep doing this. So here's my plan. I take damage next turn. I play my last land. I throw the Ruin Crab in front of the Bug Catcher. Probably. Next turn. I still can die to Seafloor Stalker. Ooh. Well, new plan. Does this trample? It doesn't. I am pretty dead. I am very dead. Alright. Roll to 5, draw a bunch of lands. These things happen. Alright, do I want to change anything? Negate looked pretty bad that game. They played, like, literal no negate targets, right? I mean, I milled a bunch, but still. Chilling Trap looked a little better. But it wouldn't really saved much. Well, that's not true, because I would have gotten the Bug Catcher with my Soaring Thought Thief and not lost the Thought Thief. I think I'm going to go that route. I'm not thrilled with this, but I may just like have to play it. I could play the Riptide, but it doesn't have power, so I don't think I'm going to do that. Negate easily could be better. I think that Chilling Trap is more likely to matter than Negate, but when Negate matters, it's going to matter a lot more. Yeah, this is fine. Playing this because there's an off chance that I get to 6 mana and want to kick the Royal Mage. Bug Catcher too good. Alright, Ruin Crab, play my land. I'm just going to plan to trade. I'm not going to play the Royal Mage. I'll leave Into the Royal up in case they try to play a trick. Okay, works for me. Mystic is a good one. Not the land I wanted to see. I think I'm just going to Glacial Grasp here. I could have Glacial Grasped on my turn to try and draw a card, draw on land, but it's way worse because they get an extra attack with the Mystic if I don't draw that land. And it only matters if my top 2 cards are lands. Or if they have a counterspell, I suppose. Note that Skydiver has a couple of hits against them, so it might be worth trying to save it. Ugh. There's the punishment. That's alright. Alright, so I am going to play a Royal Mage to block. They can certainly make it so that it can't block the 3-1, but it costs them a mana to do that. So, that's not bad, although it looks like they have a ton of mana. Axe. Well, there's something I can steal with... Unfortunately, I have to pay the equip cost to move it. Can't block it because they can just pump. Yuck. So play my land. Oh, this is opponents. I thought I had the option to target myself at one point. I could play the Skittering Sneak. It would be a 4-power creature. But then they can make it a coward and then make my 2/1 not be able to block, so that doesn't work very well. Ugh. Skydiver doesn't really get me where I want to go either. Alright, I'm going to plan to throw my Ruin Crab away, is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this. Oops. This next turn's going to hurt. Oh, what? Haha, I didn't even realize that if it's an equipment, equip it. That's pretty sweet. That makes that play way better. I was planning to steal the axe and then have to equip it next turn. Ugh! All the things are going wrong. I'm still planning to throw away the Ruin Crab. There will be no blocking this turn. I'm taking 7, probably 8, go to 6. If I draw a land, I can play the Skitter Sneak and Into the Royal. Oh, they're letting me block. That's interesting. Well, I'm going to... save 4 life. I did draw the land, so I can play Skitter Sneak and Into the Royal, or I couldn't block the 2/2. Oh, you mean with the crab? Fair point. Maybe I should have. Okay, so if I put the axe on the Royal Mage, if they don't play another warrior, then they can't make it so they both don't block. If they have an instant, that's 3, 7, 9. So I'd be dead if they have an instant or wizard or warrior. Instant or sorcery. Or alternatively, I can Into the Royal. Yeah, I think I have to Into the Royal here. So the plan is going to be, when they attack, target something with Goma, target my Royal Mage. Ah, shoot, but they played another warrior. Well, I mean, there's not a lot I can do here, right? I guess I have to bounce Gomafada Vanguard right now, which is real bad. If they hadn't played the warrior, then when that triggered, I could bounce the Intimidator, and then they'd only have one warrior, and Tazim Royal Mage would be able to block. Oh, I like that they're sending that, though. Sure. Block here. So they pump it up, then they play their Vanguard. Alright, well, I'm still in a bad spot, but I think this turn is actually better than last turn. So the Death Touch doesn't really matter. All that matters is power. I could Blood Beckoning for Skitter Sneak and play that and the Wind Robber. Yeah, I think that's the plan. I hate losing all this value off my cards, but you gotta do what you gotta do to stay alive. And if I somehow survive this turn in okay shape, then I have this Relic Axe. Actually, the Relic Axe can't make the Wind Robber big enough to trade with the Mystic. It can make it big enough to block the Mystic if they don't play a Wizard or Instant or Sorcery. So here, if they don't play Wizard, Instant, or Sorcery, I take probably 3, 4, and get to eat the Gomafada Vanguard and chump with the Wind Robber. That would be pretty bad. I'm a little surprised I'm still in this game, but it kind of feels like I'm not in it for a lot longer. Okay, so right now this is 5, 6. If they play Instant or Sorcery, if they play an Instant, I die. So I have to block with the Wind Robber. The question is, do I block Thundering Spark Mage or Mystic? I guess I block Mystic? Or, sorry, Spark Mage. So if they play 2, 4, 7, I don't die this way. But I do die next turn. If I block the other way and they have an instant... I mean, what instant could they have that's not a burn spell? I'm just gonna block like this. Ugh. What do they have to get? Into the Royal? Well, we're probably dead now. That was really good. It was really good. Alright, so we may actually live another turn. Because they can into the Royal my Skitter Sneak, send everybody, and I can take 3 and take out everything but the Royal Mage. That seems better than taking 2 and leaving the bug catcher. So we'll do that. Still dead to a lot. Well, they played nothing, though. Yeah, I mean... I guess I'll play the Skitter Sneak. Is there any reason to play the other thing? I don't think so. And I'll equip it, because why not? Not dead yet. Ugh. Double ugh. Alright, well now I'm dead. Can't mill them out. Freaking Fireblade Charger. If I block it, it dies and shoots me for 1. If I don't block it, it hits me for 1 and I die. Well, that was also a pretty interesting game, even though it didn't work out for me. Maybe they'll misclick. Alright, GG's. That was a pretty sweet match, even though I was behind like basically every game. That was a sweet match. Alright, let's go to the last match. Honestly, Dual Lands, even the second game was good. I was way behind the whole game, but like, I had choices to make, and I felt like I still had a chance basically all the way to the end. The game that I won was really the least interesting one. And even that was a pretty good one. Oh, this is close. I think I'm going to keep it. Turn 1 Rune Crab is really good, and if I draw even a non-black land, Glacial Grasp draws me an extra card. And obviously with a black land, this hand starts working. Oh, all right, we've got a new plan now. So it looks like they're just blue-black stuff. I don't see a lot of rogue synergy here. I've actually seen more wizard synergy cards than rogue synergy cards so far. Alright, I just want to draw lands. You're not lands. Alright. You get a break, opponent. I missed on lands. Sure, that gives me a target for Glacial Grasp. They got one of them. Alright, well I guess I'll play this as a land. And send in the Stalker. Blood Priest is kind of a weird one in blue-black. Maybe they're trying to go for party more? I'm gonna grasp, because I want to draw cards. Where are the black sources? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll take lands just to mill them, but I would like some black sources. Down to 12 cards in the library. Yes, Into the Roil is non-land. Good question, though. So my plan is to block with Seafloor Stalker, get them to play the thing on it, and then Into the Roil their Wizard. Sure, or they could do that. Yeah. I think because I'm just on the mill plan, I'm just going to Into the Roil this instead of bring my Seafloor Stalker back. It's not really, the Seafloor Stalker's not really doing anything. More black cards. Wow. We've milled one swamp so far. We haven't seen any other black sources. But there are 5 cards in library? We're just scooping. Alright. Well, it's not often you win with only one of your colors. So let's see. Blue-black. Wizard, rogue, rogue. Cleric, wizard, warrior. So they're on blue-black party, which is kind of weird. And it looks like they have more wizard synergies than rogue synergies. They did see black cards, dual lands, because they milled me. They saw the Zareth Sand and a swamp. So they probably do think I'm on mill control, but not mono blue. So if they're just on party, I mean, there's nothing on my sideboard that can disrupt party. And they don't look very aggressive, right? They have a fair number of flyers, but yeah, they're not very aggressive. Yeah, I don't see anything I really want to change. So, perfect as it is. You know, we haven't drawn Thwart the Grave yet. Yep. Saloon Division's gonna be that, early crab. And then I get to play the crab before I would have to play my next land. The question is, do I Mind Carver on turn 2 onto the crab? Ooh, they double mulliganed. I think I do. Because I'm playing Shadow Stinger next turn, so I don't want to, like, save it. The turn after next, Mind Carver gets triggered. Interesting. All Wind Robbers, huh? Ooh. Does that change things? Because I can Duelist, get them to 8 cards right now. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, Mull to 5 seems pretty good for me, agreed. I actually want to put pressure... Yeah, Crab Beats, that's right. I just want to put pressure on on their life total as well. Mio, where are you? You're missing the crab beats. They bubble stared by crab. That's awesome. Another ruined crab? Yeah, we're in. I don't think I have ever seen a bubble snare cast on a crab before. Well, I just wanted to make sure, Mio, that you didn't miss the crab beats and the bubble snare on the crab. It'd be a shame for you to miss that, especially since you were saying that this should be the crab tribal deck. It's a good one. I don't feel like they should have sent the Wind Robber there, because they could have tapped it to give Death Touch, which would have made a block bad. Alright, Mind Carver, get over to this other crab here. Keep the beats on. Crab beat down. Oh, I should have played that land. I was thinking I would save it, but with 2 crabs in play, I should have played it. Well, you saw it there, folks. Crab beatdown. Yeah. Crab Beats Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Alright, I'm not gonna make it through a whole nother draft, because I need to log off on the next half hour. But I can at least do another draft portion. Since I'm probably not playing it on stream, I'm going to do Ravnica Allegiance, because that's what I'll be playing after stream tomorrow. So we'll do this. So I've done a lot better with Rakdos, but it feels like Red has just been underdrafted so far that I've played, which I think is part of the reason I've done so well with Red. And Green has seemed overdrafted in the drafts that I've played for Ravnica Allegiances. I don't know why. That was a pretty sweet draft, though. I mean, I only went 2-1, but there's a lot of cool games. Still never drew the Thwart the Grave in what, 9 games, right? It's kind of weird. I don't think I ever got it milled either. How's everyone feel about this music choice, by the way? This is just sort of a random channel on the soundtrack by Twitch, but I could pick a different channel for next week. I haven't listened to any of the channels, so I have no idea what's on any of them. I'm actually listening to a playlist right now, I guess, not a random channel. Well, if Mio says it's acceptable, it must be, since you're the music guru here, right? Yeah, I'm pretty bummed about the whole DMCA stuff on Twitch too, but it is what it is. Okay, so, I kind of like Amplifier, but I'm definitely not going to first pick it here. Mortify is great, but it's a gold card. Savage Smash is also great, but also a gold card. Aeromunculus I think is actually worse than both of those, but also a gold card. I think Clamor Shaman's really good, and it's single color. I I think Mortify and Savage Smash are both better, but they're both putting me into a 2-color pair right off the bat. So I'm going to start with the Clamor Shaman. Code of Constraints, I think, is the best single color card here. Senate Guildmage is probably a better card overall. Neither of them go with the Clamor Shaman. Rakdos Roustabout does go with the Clamor Shaman, but I don't want to second pick that. That's pretty bad. Aeromunculus is fine. Guildgate Wheel Mortify. Mortify is not going to wheel. So there's not really a good card that goes with my red card. So I think I should just pick the best card. I think that's Code of Constraint. I think Senate Guildmage is really close too, and might be better, but for being a 2-color card, I think it's a little worse in this case. So I'll go with the Code of Constraint. Alright, so there's a Chillbringer. That's a strong card. Vindictive Vampire is fine. Summary Judgment is fine. And then there's a Guildgate. I think this is a pretty easy Chillbringer. Azorius Guildgate could be a thing. Syndicate Messenger could also be a thing. And then there's Mammoth Spider. I think I want the Guildgate over the Syndicate Messenger. And here's the reason why. I could still end up in Simic and want to splash white. I could end up in Azorius and just need the lands. I could also end up with a Gate sub-theme. So I think Azorius Guildgate enables more decks. And the Syndicate Messenger is like fine, but it's just kind of like good filler. And I'd take it over the Mammoth Spider here, because I'm not strongly in Simic at this point. So I'm going to go with the Gate. So, Pyrrhus Oligarch is a good card, but I'm not close to that. Cult Guildmage is fine, but I'm also not close to that. Rampaging Rendhorn is fine. Rakdos Guildgate is like the opposite of anything in blue. And this pack's really bad for me. So, I think it's between like Azorius Locket and Rampaging Rendhorn. I'm not sold on this Rendhorn. That's not what I want to push me into green, so I'm going to take the Locket. I think the Lockets are fine if they're in the 2-color pair you're already in, especially if you're Azorius, which is kind of slow anyways. So here there's a Guildgate. To help me, I'm going to move this Clamor Shaman to the sideboard. I think I'm off that. I like Fairy Duelist. Prying Eyes is not bad. Sage Rose Savant is also not bad. I think it's between these three. I think I like them all better than the Guildgate at this point. And I think I prefer the Fairy Duelist. Yeah. I like getting tricksy with the Duelist. Blech. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to be in this seat. Mononoke Elf. So, these are just terrible. I mean, it's not Screaming Shield, right? I guess I'll take the Boar. If I'm in Simic, I guess it's a playable card. Okay, I think I'm on Guildgate here. I don't want... I'm best of one. If I wasn't best of one, I would consider this Bring to Trial. For Simic, I'm not super high on Rebel Slinger. I'm just going to take the Gate. This is going very poorly. Gate versus Prying Eyes. Skate only works if I want to splash black and I'm in Azorius. Could be a thing. I'm gonna Prying Eyes. So I could take Concordia Pegasus here, but I could try to be the weird Clear the Mind deck. I actually have a pretty good start to it. And the Pegasus is just okay. I'll take Clear the Mind. There's the second Clear the Mind, I'll take that. Over Quench. Shimmer possibility, sure. I mean, these are both garbage. I guess I'll take the 3-1. There's a Prying Eyes. And a Stalwarts. Ooh, Incubation Druid's good. There's also some really good Azorius cards here. So if I really want to be this Clear the Mind deck, Azorius Skyguard, I think is the pick. And then maybe wheel either Knight or Sphinx's Insight. I think I like that. If I'm gonna really be the Clear the Mind deck, I do need some sort of like removal or something. But Skyguard's just really good. Man, Growth Chamber Guardian, immediately punished for not going Simic. I'm gonna take the Law Mage's Binding though. It is the removal I was just complaining about not having. There's a chance Sky Tether wheels. I don't think it's very likely, but there's a chance. Alright, so Senate Guildmage. I think it's got to be the pick. I like Senate Courier, but I'm pretty sure I'm Azorius at this point. And Guildmage is really good, especially when I'm like trying to get to a certain set of cards and trying to be like derpy, control-y. Another Law Mage's Binding. Alright, well I don't feel bad about being Azorius. Grasping Thrall is pretty good, but I don't have any of the Orzhov Guild Gates right now, so I'm not going to take it. Eyes Everywhere versus Slimebind. I like both of them. I think I prefer Eyes Everywhere here. I think it gives me some outs to certain things that I don't have outs to otherwise. Sure, Arbiter comes... Oh, well, I guess that's not the wheeled Arbiter, but I like that. Resolute Watchdog's good too. I could use some early game, but I think I want the Arbiter. Another Law Mage's Binding, alright. I wouldn't mind a Thought Collapse, but I'm not taking over Law Mage's Binding. So, Fairy Duelist versus Windstorm Drake. Windstorm Drake is great. A lot of high drops. I'm still taking it. It's so much better than Fairy Duelist. Okay, I need to start lowering my curve a bit. Territorial Warrior out. Probably not on double Prying Eyes. Well, I might be, if I really end up on the Clear the Mind deck. Probably not playing the Civic Stalwart. Alright, so Guildgate versus Arbiter. I think just Arbiter. If I was looking at 3 colors, that would make me lean a little heavier towards the Guildgate, but I'm not. I don't have any Gates rewards. Alright, so here, Just Cars Portal is like fine, I guess. We don't really have a lot of synergy with it. But the Guildgate could enable a splash, so I'm going to go with that. So there's Wall of Lost Thoughts for the mill, for Senate Courier. Because I have this Windstorm Drake, I'm going to take the Courier. I don't think I'm really on milling my opponent out. I guess I'll take another Locket. I don't know that I'm going to play it. This is kind of a weird draft. Azorius is clearly open from the left, but white didn't feel open coming from the right. I don't want any of these, so I'll take the worst one. Trying if my opponents are if the opponents on the right are waffling between colors, giving them the better options might solidify them. I guess I'll take this one since I'm definitely not playing Growth Spiral. Shimmer, sure. So I think this is a Slime Bind. As much as I like Ill-Gotten Inheritance, it would be on a splash, and I only have one fixer, and it's worse when you're a control deck. And Slime Bind is basically what I'm trying to do. So I'll do that. And this Arbiter might come back around. So this feels like a control deck, but probably not a Clear the Mind deck. The Clear the Mind deck, I think, wants to have a little bit more mill going on, so that you have like a win condition. I like Gateway Sneak. I only have 3 gates at the moment, but I'm not very good at splashing yet, so I don't particularly want the Thrall. Skitter Eel is fine, Concordia Pegasus is fine, Snake Courier is fine, but one of those will wheel. So I'll take Gateway Sneak. This looks like a gate to me. I don't want anything else here. Ooh, can I play Gate Colossus? I think I can. Like, I'm clearly a control deck. And I already have 4 gates. I could play this gate. And maybe I'll pick up another gate or 2. So that seems good. I don't want any of these cards. Guess I'll take the 3-1. So there's Arbiter, but there's also Angelic Exaltation, and I already have 2 Skyguard, or Night Arbiters, I mean. And there's another one that might come back around. I guess I'm on the Exaltation. We'll see if I play it or not. I think I'm off of the Clear the Mind deck. I guess whatever. I'm not playing any of these. Oh, I could play the Gateway Plaza actually as a gate, and on the off chance I want to splash a black card. Right now I don't want to splash a black card. I'll take that. Probably not going to play it, but we'll see. Okay, well I'm not playing 2 of them. I could play this Skitter Eel though. Maybe we'll cut a Locket. There's a chance I splash this Final Payment. Senate Courier came back versus Concordia Pegasus. I guess I'll take the Pegasus just because it's a 2-drop and I don't want to get run over. I'm not playing any of these. Oh, we got another Azorius Guild Gate. I'll take that. Another Locket. Whatever. And I'm not playing that either. Okay, so this is 41. So I could play the Gateway Plaza and then splash Final Payment. Do I need to do that? Let's see. Pretty shy on creatures, right? I want this I don't want 2 Shimmer possibilities. I don't really want this Caracal either, but it's a 2-drop, it blocks early. So I think the question is, so if I play this other gate here and cut, like, let's say an island, without any swamps, I play 6, 7, 10, 11 blue sources, 5, 9, 10, 11 white sources, and 2 black sources. And that's without a Locket. So I think I will. I will cut this Locket, play the Final Payment, Play one swamp. Get back in their islands. And plains. So what does this give me? This gives me 5, 9, 10. Oh, I wanted this Gateway Plaza. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 white sources, 6, 10, 11 blue sources, and 3 black sources. That's not bad. So last questions. Shimmer Possibility versus Azorius Locket. No, Shimmer Possibility. And I'm playing 4, 5, 6 gates for my Colossus and my Gateway Sneak. This looks like a pretty solid deck. Pretty happy with it. I will play one match with it before I log out. That was a weird first pack. It felt like nothing was open. I feel like the packs were just not very good, and the players to my right had picked up most of the good stuff. Looks good. I think I'm actually not unplaying the gate on turn 1, so that I can play it on turn 4 for the sneak. I think I'm on Pegasus on 2 over Shimmer, though, even if they play nothing. Now I'm definitely on Pegasus. I don't remember what the tricks are, but I'm fine trading Pegasus for a trick. Especially this early, because it could cost them the rest of their turn. Plague White. Well, that's going to get some damage in. Trying all the gates now. So take 2 this turn. I would kind of hope that they don't play like a Blade Juggler. Yeah, Gateway Sneak looks pretty good this game. Pontiff, okay. Ooh, Lamage's Binding. Well, let's see what Gateway Sneak finds me. Land. I think I'm on Lamage's Binding on this Pontiff. Because it's also kind of bad for me. Sure. So depending on what they play here, I may not play a gate just so I can play Chillbringer. Let's see. Grasping Thrall. Yeah, I think I'm on Chillbringer here. We'll chill bring the Grasping Thrall. And then they can trade their token so I don't draw a card if that's what they want to do. I am not trading Chillbringer for the Plague White here. Vampire, okay. Senate Courier, that's not bad. Let's draw my card here. See what I find. Eyes Everywhere. That's solid. Unfortunately, I can't play that and the Senate Courier. So I think what I'm going to do is play Senate Courier and Senate Guildmage. And they have a lot of options if they choose to attack. Also, the Senate Guildmage gain life is actually going to be quite good this game, I think. They're finally going to do that. Interesting that they decided to pay 5 life and not sack the Pontiff. Alright, let's just Eyes Everywhere. And Shimmer. I'm doing that because that way I can activate the Senate Guildmage still. The Knight looks pretty good. Let's do that. And yeah, I'll play the land. We will continue to not attack. Ooh, another Grasping Thrall. So I will trade my Chillbringer for Grasping Thrall here. Okay, they don't want to. Don't want to land. Whoa! Well, there's a card. Oh, dang it, did I forget to gain 2 life? That was stupid. I still like my spot, though. Scavenger, sure. Put 1 on top. Yep. This time I will remember to gain my 2 life. Skitter Eel. That's a pretty good one. I guess I'll keep it. Alright, so I guess it's time to start getting in a bit. Send this one. That's first strike, so the double block doesn't work for them. Although this does open it up to the 3 damage or 5 damage to a tapped creature. Should have considered that before the attack. Alright, we'll play the Night Arbiter here. Sure, another flyer. Gain some life. Do not want to gate. Didn't want that either. What am I sending? Can't send the Skyguard anymore, so I guess I'll just send this Knight. Play my Skitter Eel. And I am going to still play this land so that I can either trigger Skitter Eel or play Law Mage's Binding and trigger the Senate Guild Mage. But I won't be playing any more lands after this so that I can loot them away. This has got to be irritating from my opponent's side. Blade Juggler, sure. Okay, I'm going to gain and activate this. Slime Bind, is that good? Not that good. I'm looking for threats at this point. Final Payment's pretty good. That means that I can send the Skyguard again if I want. Does still open me up to that 3 damage spell. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the Skitter Eel. Yeah. I have Final Payment as backup for it. I like this. Yes, in that order. Alright, I think I'm on pay 5 life over sack a creature. Because I've got enough life gain going on. At some point I might have to steal this Vindictive Vampire if I get low enough. You know, this Concordia Pegasus isn't doing a lot. Maybe I should have sacked that. That might have been better than 5 life. Probably was, now that I think about it. Bummer. Alright. I guess that makes me want to binding one of these thralls. We'll gain some life. Nope. Okay, I think it is time to steal the vampire. They can get a 1-for-1 with the eel right now, but they have to give up a grasping roll for it, which I'm totally fine with. Well, for having one game, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck here. So if they don't do anything drastic, I'm actually planning on looting here over gaining 2. So somewhere above these bottom 4, 3 of them are my last Law-Mage's Binding. That's all I remember of putting on the bottom with the shimmer. Okay. Loot. Garbage. More garbage. Let's loot right now. Bummer. That's almost all of my lands, I think. And pass. Let's see. 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm pretty sure there's 1 from the shimmer, so 15. So I think there's 2 lands in my top 4, 5, 6, 7. In my top 8 cards, I think there's 2 lands. Right, so I kind of suspect a trick here, but I mean, there's nothing else for it, so let's just do this. See what happens. Sure. They get to kill the Senate Court. They're actually getting pretty close to dead here. Oh, well, now they're dead. Why did I... Because I wanted to kill their 3-3, not their 2-3 that turns into a 1-1. I was willing to make that trade. I was suspecting a trick. So if I had blocked the other way, then I would have just lost my 3-3 and be left with my 1-4, but they still have their 3-3 as well. So if they had nothing, I was fine with that trade, and if they had something, that way was much better for me. Alright, do you have a removal spell? Oh, it's not lethal. I didn't actually count, I just thought it was lethal. But if any of my creatures die, they are dead. Alright, so I'm just going to leave the Senate Guildmage up to gain life on the off chance that it matters. Because if I live through this turn, I think I just win. Could have looted the Senate Guildmage to see if I could find a 3-drop creature, I suppose. And they're dead. Well, that was a neat... I'm not going to say it was a neat game. That was a fun game from my side. I suspect it was less fun from my opponent's side. Alright, well, thank you all for joining me. It was a fun stream. I plan to do this again next Monday, as I do every Monday. And next Monday, I think the Cube will be out, the Tinkerer's Cube. So I will probably be playing that, although I don't think I've ever played the Tinkerer's Cube, so I'll have to do a little research on it first. So thanks all for joining me. Thanks for the compliments, Dual Lands. And I will see you all next week, hopefully.